this is Special Ed. You listen to Two in the Stink podcast. Yay! Yay! I like three in my stink.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Two in the Stink. We're here with our buddy Tommy Mitchell, all the way from Los Angeles, California. Delco native though, right? Were you born and raised in Delco?
I was actually born in Los Angeles, but I was raised in Delco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, so you were...
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. My mom's a Delco native, and she's like, I'll be damned if these fucking kids are raised out here.
Yeah, go Purdue.
Yeah. She literally made my dad move across the country, go back. My dad's not from Delco.
Okay.
She's just like, we're moving to Delco, and he's like, all right.
Yeah, what a place. From LA to Delco, what a crazy move.
Dude, yeah.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, dude. Delco's the fucking shit.
Delco is the best.
It's fucking, yeah. We sound like that. That's what
Delco's the fucking best.
It's
Dude,
the fucking best, bro.
That's like when people ask, they're like, you're from Philadelphia. I'm like, yeah, kind of. I was like,
Not really.
If I tell you I'm from Delco, you're going to be like, where the fuck is that?
Well,
but then
the
people that know what Delco is, you're like, oh, fucking sick, dude.
Yeah. I think that's what, the first time I met you were like, so you from Philly? And I was like, Delco, but I didn't expect you to know what it was. You're like, dude, no way. Like,
it's that bond, dude. It's like a weird. We literally live in a universe of our own.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I can't believe you bartended in my town.
Yeah, dude. I spent years.
I fucking Manoa Tavern.
Manoa Tavern, dude. Oh, for years, dude. 5 years ago, when the pandemic hit, I moved to LA. I was there for like 5 weeks.
Yeah,
and I was living with my aunt and uncle. And my aunt just came up to me. She's like, so, hey, listen, you didn't move here to, like, not pursue your dreams and the world shut down, so you should probably go home. Yeah. So she straight up kicked me out of L.A., and I moved back. And I called my old boss, the owner of the bar, and he didn't answer. And I left him a voicemail. I'm like, hey, Jim, listen, things didn't really work out in LA. I'm actually moving home for the summer.
Man,
can I get my job back? And then I get home, and I never heard from this dude. I get home. I found out he got COVID and was like dying in the hospital.
Oh, no.
So the last phone call he got was a voice message from me asking for a job back while he's like dying.
So some Delconian on the phone just, hey, I'm coming back to Delco. Could I have my job back, please?
Listen, I know you've heard this story before, but it didn't fucking work out in LA.
Wait, LA didn't work out? No. How many times have people been told that?
Yeah. Dude, when I was bartending at Manoa, so many people, they're like, oh, you're going to move to LA and pursue like entertainment. I'm like, yeah. They're like, yeah, I did that. I went to LA. I was like, how'd it go? They're like, it wasn't for me. I was like, oh, how long were you there for? They're like, 6 months. And I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that's not a fault. You didn't move anywhere. You vacationed in LA, extended vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like LA's tough.
Dude,
I think
you had a good time when you came.
Yeah, I had fun. I don't think I could live out there. I think if I said I'm moving to LA, people would be like, ugh. How? What are you gonna do out there?
What are you gonna do out there?
You're gonna be sweaty.
LA's a funny place. Like the first time I went there, I got off the plane.
This is my favorite story.
I went to the hotel I was staying at, or like whatever the Airbnb thing I was staying at, and there was this like gigantic like tranny outside of the fucking thing, and she's like, can I say something to you? And I was like, yeah. She was like, you look like you like big black dicks up your ass. And I was like, oh, actually no, I'm just checking into the fucking thing.
You look like you like big black dicks up your ass.
And then I went to a coffee shop that everyone said was like the coolest like fucking place. I don't even remember what
and it was a Starbucks.
It was not. It was I walk in and the fucking like twink barista, he's like, what brings you to this nasty little city? And I was like, shut up, bitch.
Then they pitched you their screenplay.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Dude, that's what it is.
Yeah, I had to read his fucking script.
Dude, LA is an interesting place. Dude, straight up, people will just say whatever the fuck they want to. Like, dude, in LA homeless compared to like Philly homeless are so different.
Yeah,
dude,
LA homeless is like, I got a master's degree hanging in my tent.
They're just out there doing their monologues they auditioned with 20 years ago.
Man,
that's what they're just yelling. They're doing Shakespeare. You don't know it, but they're just yelling Shakespeare.
Yeah, King Lear. I know King Lear when I hear it.
Oh yeah.
And then in Philly, there's on Trank zombieing around.
Oh yeah,
dude, it's gotten wild out here.
They don't
yeah.
do shit. Like Philly, people just don't do shit, and then they do drugs. Like they don't have, like at least in LA, it's like the corpse of a once dreamer.
I will say.
Here it's like
They're
they
just-
never. It's all demise.
Their dreams died, but they didn't.
Yeah, exactly. But at least they have like some sort of like thing that drove them at one point.
Yeah.
Here, you just their entire life was a fucking in and out of the system and fucking.
Dude, you just pop her
Garbage.
out. That's what I do love when coming back and people are like, yeah, I moved out of Delco. I'm like, oh, where'd you move? They're
I
like,
went to Florida to get clean.
the Florida, dude. I mean, there's that. But my favorites when they're like, yeah, I moved to South Philly. I'm like, you didn't move.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you moved 20 minutes away.
You traveled.
Yeah. You're still close. If I
You went from Irish to Italian.
Yeah,
No one gives
yeah.
a shit.
if I could take SEPTA to your new house, you didn't move anywhere.
Yeah.
If I could ride the same bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Midway is still 69th Street, you're not fucking.
Dude, talk about apocalypse now.
What do
That place is unreal. I
Dude.
was just there.
I'm like, my buddy texted me to like go meet him in the city for like the March basketball tournaments, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take SEPTA down. And then I like thought about it. I was like, fuck, dude, I gotta go to 69th Street. Dude, it's Armageddon. It's been that way forever, but it's just progressively gotten like worse and worse and
now.
worse.
It's fucking different now. Like you used to be able to like I don't know, you'd be able to go get like tokens and shit, and now it's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude.
It's just the idea of stopping in there for any reason.
69th
is like,
Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that like in Kensington?
No,
it's in Delco.
It's in
Oh, it's in
Delco. It's in
Delco.
Upper Darby.
It's the
Oh.
transportation.
It's the main
This guy,
yeah, dude.
This guy,
Yeah.
he lives
No
basically.
city bus guy.
He lives basically in Delaware.
Yeah, sorry, I'm spoiled.
Dude. Yeah.
I've never really taken public transportation that
really?
like buses and shit. I mean, I've taken trains,
Oh
but
my
like
god, I used to be a bus guy all the time.
No, dude.
We didn't have a family car, so we were on the bus.
I've never
Yeah.
taken a bus. I've never been on a fucking SEPTA bus ever.
Really?
Not once.
My parents, we had cars, and my mom and dad, when they would take us to the city, would be like, we're taking the bus and the
Yeah,
train.
yeah.
Like, they're all about public train. My mom wanted us to feel like we're from the city, but we're from the suburbs. I'm
That's
like, this
so
doesn't
funny.
count, dude.
That's such a Delco thing to do.
Yeah. She's like, I did this forever. I take it to work every day. And I'm like, yeah, we have money and cars, though. We don't have to do this.
You don't have to do this. It's okay.
I don't
I'm
need to be
good.
10 years old and see people do heroin. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
You should go to 69th Street, dude, and just experience it.
You
for
should
like,
ride the
just,
bus once.
Yeah, just go for like 5 minutes, soak it all in.
You know what's funny? He'll probably like it. He'll probably like it. He's like, "Wow, this is a
You
thing."
have you have the same tattoos as me.
Dude,
It's like a 10-year-old Mexican girl.
you know, dude, this is one time I was taking the train back from the city and then catching a bus at 69th Street. I get off. This homeless dude comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, man, you ever see the movie Coach Carter?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, I was in it. And I was like, "What?" And then he pulls out a trading card and he was like the rival high school basketball guy.
Oh, wow.
It's a trading card of him and Samuel Jackson. He autographed. He's like, yo, here, man, you could have this. And I'm like, oh, I'm good, dude. He's like, yo, $5. I'm like, I don't have $5. He's like, I'll take tokens. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Is it signed by Sam Jackson?
no, it's signed by this dude. I was
signed
like,
by him.
Talk about dude. That's that's a Hollywood dream that died and came home.
Yeah, that's
Big
crazy.
time. Big
Wow.
time. Dude, that shirt is Delco as fuck, dude. The fucking Cunningham
Cunningham,
press
a pocket. Yeah, dude.
Pocket Cunningham.
You can get away with it, but
That is crazy.
dude, it's weird.
My dad would take a shit if I handed that to him. He would fucking love that. Oh my god.
Dude, it is weird. Like, I do think, like, I am wearing Eagle shit more now because they won the Super Bowl. But also, it is, like, a very Delco thing that even if we lost, you would just still wear it. It's weird.
Oh yeah.
It's all year long.
Oh, it is.
You wear it all year.
Dude, that's
for
what,
sure.
And anything Bryce Harper too. I mean, come on, now.
dude.
Bryce
He's
Harper-
the king. He's the
Oh,
real
he's the
king.
real king, yeah.
He's the king of Philadelphia.
Yeah. Well, everybody wants him to get a trophy.
I know who Bryce Harper is. Duh. He's the baseball player.
Yes.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah, Rob grew up a little girl. So
Yeah, I didn't care
sports
about sports till after my dad died. I was
That's-
like, yeah, then I was like, fuck Dallas. Fucking hate Dallas now. and God.
Dallas and God are my two
I fucking
enemies.
Two
hate-
sworn enemies for life.
Go Birds.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think like the biggest difference is between Delco and like LA, just like off the bat?
The weather.
The weather.
Oh,
I don't
I mean,
know,
like-
dude. It's hot as fuck outside, dude.
Yeah.
It was freezing the last 2 days, and then I was like,
now it's
I literally wore a sweatshirt outside. I didn't get out of my house until I came here, and I was wearing a sweatshirt. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's unpredictable
Dude,
out
it's
recently.
wild.
Yeah.
Dude, the biggest difference is, honest to God, like just sincerity or like realness. Like, people in LA are so fake.
Oh, of course.
They're so fake. That's why I said, like, dude, when I did the mic the other night and was just like eating shit, like, no one was like, hey man, like, don't worry, that was funny. Like, in LA, they're like, oh my God, it's okay, like, you'll be fine. And in Philly, they were like, dude, fuck you. And I'm like, oh, I love this. I was like,
you need that.
You do. That's my thing, is like, also, like, I don't know, LA's like a weird place where I don't know, you never know, like, you just sincerity, like, where people are trying to go, like, people try to get ahead of you and shit like that.
Yeah.
Or like they're gonna use you.
Oh, it's like that in Philly too. Just they're more quiet about it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like pretty blatant.
I remember when I first started doing stand up, I thought that like when people get off like stage, you just say like, "Oh, good set," just as like encouragement.
Yeah.
Until I said it to like the wrong person after they had a bad set, and he was like, "No, let's be honest with each other." And I was like, okay. I was like, that does make sense, I guess, because I just said like, hey, what's up? I would just be like, oh, hey man, good set. And like a couple times people got pissed at me, like, what do you mean good set? Like bombing at an open mic. I'm like 2 months in. I'm like, good. Like, you gotta laugh. That's good. Somebody laughed.
You got something.
Somebody laughed. That's a good set.
It's but that's like the thing out there. Everyone's like, you know, it's all about the encouraging, and you're also paying money to do open mics.
Oh yeah,
that's New York too.
Well, that's why I asked Rob. I go, dude, like, do I have to pay? And Rob's like,
no, fuck
free.
no,
dude. That's why
I wouldn't send you to any mic you have to pay for.
Dude, it's crazy, and it's just like they're slotted. Do you like? You guys don't even have slotted mics out here, do you?
Well, the one that Jim runs now is slotted.
It is slotted.
Yeah.
Ooh. See that I do like slotted, but I do hate paying $5. I hate paying money for a mic.
I have slotted, like the website.
Yeah.
Slotted thing. I have that. But only because I have 30 slots. Like, I have time to give 30 people 5 minutes.
So that's where,
I want to have a 5-minute mic. Like, I want you to be able to come do 5 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes is
3
bullshit.
minutes, 4 minutes, you know, fucking whatever.
The Fergie's one I did on Sunday, there were so many people. They're like, hey, usually it's 4, but we're only doing 3 tonight. And I'm like,
a waste of time.
I was like, what am I going to, I literally just like, was like, all right, well, fuck it. And then like, when the shit wasn't hitting, I just was like, fuck it, I'm going to have fun. I didn't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just like, it was a weird room. But yeah, and when they were like, hey, we're doing 3 minutes, I'm like, the fuck am I going to do with 3 minutes?
Do you have a show tonight?
Yeah, you penned.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were telling me.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
I still have no idea how much time I'm doing. There's only 4 of us, so I imagine we're doing like 15. But
who's on it?
Chris Haley is on it.
Okay.
This kid Max, who I know in LA, he runs like these college shows at like fraternities. Mm-hmm. And then I'll tell you who. There's some New York kid. I don't know who he is though. Hold on, let me tell you. He sent me the list.
So it's Jim Gaffigan?
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Some black dude. Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. So, what the fuck's this kid's name? It is there's 2 more. Austin Locke and Lawrence Kilbrew.
Oh, Lawrence Kilbrew is really funny.
Yeah. So is he's Philly or is he New York?
Philly, but lives in New York now.
Okay.
But he's a Philly guy.
Is that like, I feel like
That's a good lineup.
What room is it?
It is some fraternity. It's literally at a fraternity house.
Oh, really?
That's
like
cool.
They take this dude goes to different.
Chris booked me on a college like show one time. It was one of the best shows I ever had.
Dude, I went down to.
It was fucking stuffed on Temple's campus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was like this basement show, and it was like fucking packed. And it was like me and Chris and like 2 other people, and it was like literally fucking insane.
Dude, colleges. I did one. I went to West Virginia like last month, and that one was fun. It was like at a random bar. That was cool. They packed it out.
What time was your show?
8:00 tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, dude, it's just wild. I was like, I had to come home for a wedding anyway, and this dude's like, yo, I got a show at Penn, and I was like, all right.
Did you go to? I forget. I think I might have asked you this in like personal conversation. But did you go to college for anything or?
I went for marketing and music business. I really went to go play lacrosse for 4 years.
I was gonna ask.
They didn't want to fucking do anything.
I was gonna ask, were you a fraternity, bro?
Dude, yeah, my college was so small. Dude, my college was so small.
Well, the mustache tells me everything.
What college?
So.
Albright out of Reading.
No way. I told you my wife graduated from there. Yeah.
Yeah. How old's your wife?
She's 29.
Dude, we definitely were in school. No, I missed. Well, I'm 3 years older. Maybe I was probably seeing her. She was a freshman then.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But
I probably like bumped into you on campus at one point. I used to hang out there on the weekends.
Yeah.
Tommy was like, "Move, faggot."
Yeah, dude, no, I was a fucking fat idiot back then, dude. like I
You
was
used to be a fat guy?
dude. I was 260 in college.
Really?
Yeah, I was fat, had long hair. I looked like Jesus Christ without Ozempic. Like that's how fat. Yeah, I was a fatty, dude. But I went to college for lacrosse. But this Albright's so fucking small. I couldn't hang out with the fucking lacrosse team. I was like, I'm gonna fucking join a fraternity. I was like, it's something to fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
Dumbest thing I ever did. It was stupid, dude. It wasn't.
It's not like a real fraternity.
No, there's fucking 30 kids, and like a college like that, it's like high school. You know everybody.
Yep.
No, if you went to like University of Arizona, like that would be sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Albright was fucking small.
Dude, it was so small. Dude, it's probably for all I know, it closed. I have no idea.
Oh no, I think it's got to be still happening. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's so fucking expensive. There's no way it's not like. I mean, they're not churning money
I'm
constantly.
hoping it fucking closes just so I don't have to pay loans back.
Oh my god. Oh, I just don't pay mine. I'm like one of us has good credit. That's all we need. Me and my wife. I get emails from all the time like you got to pay your loans. I'm like, do I?
Yeah.
What?
We'll see about that.
Come take my degree. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't use it.
I'm not paying loans for my game design degree. I was 18. What the fuck? You really think I'm gonna pay you back for that? You guys tricked me.
That's very true. Dude, I studied music entertainment in Reading, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Bang.
How old were you?
18.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
I went to college. Dude, I went to college at 18.
It's so stupid to like tell an 18-year-old, somebody who last year was legally a child, and be like, okay, what do you want to study for you to do for the rest of your life? It's like so
that you'll
stupid.
never end up doing.
Yeah, what do you care about? Like literally, I was like trying to think about like when I was 18. I was
have no debt. I never did it.
Yeah,
you're so smart.
You're
dude.
smart. Yeah.
I know. Now people tell me I'm smart. I'm like, look at that,
dude. It's the most like literally. I went to school to play lacrosse, and I didn't. And like at the time, I was like, oh, this is a cool thing to do. And then I'm like, dude, I spent like $20,000 a year to play a sport.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, I think now if you're gonna go to school, you got to go to a trade school for it to really be worth anything.
Dude, those guys are now the millionaires. Dude, they like did an article like all the HVAC dudes. They're making fucking
plumbers are driving Teslas.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy. That's like the AI can't replace
40,
your toilet.
50, 60 an hour, 75 an hour.
Oh yeah, they're making bank.
Dude,
Fuck.
And then when you fucking have a big ass company and you fucking start selling locations of it.
Oh yeah,
that's the move. You fucking
it's got to become passive at some point.
Yeah, and then you fucking make it a chain, and then you get people to buy in, name recognize, and fucking then you're making bank off that. It's like a fast food restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. That's
the dream of any small business is to get other people to fucking run it while you sit back.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
That's like Chick-fil-A, dude. My friend in grade school, his dad owned a Chick-fil-A, and I like. Do you guys know that Chick-fil-A?
You can buy one for like $10,000.
Yeah,
but you have to like file. It's
like the hardest thing to get.
They do a background check on you. You got to like be a member of like certain churches. Or
you got to have
bullshit.
a 5-year. You got to present like a 5-year plan of everything.
Can't be gay, I'm sure.
No gay. No
Sorry,
gay.
Jim.
Got to be Christian.
Oh please.
There's definitely a gay dude that fucking pulled one from underneath them, though.
There's definitely a bunch of gay Chick-fil-A's.
Gay Chick. There is a lot of gay Chick-fil-A's.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-Gay.
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 Yeah.
So what do you have to fucking what are the rules again for Chick-fil-A?
Dude, yeah. So it's like I think it's like it costs $5,000 to $10,000 to get one.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They pretty much only hire from within. You have to present like a 5-year plan, and Chick-fil-A pays for everything to be built. But then you have to pay. I think they get like 50% of the business a year.
Okay.
So like whatever your store brings in, they automatically get a 50% cut. But like you don't pay. All you have to do is upfront like $10,000.
That's not
but
bad.
Chick-fil-A's on average, like I think an average Chick-fil-A owner brings in like $250,000 a year.
Okay.
Which is insane. Dude, the guy in Springfield, like when you go down Baltimore Pike or whatever, like down through here, that guy owns like every Chick-fil-A. There's one dude who owns like every Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
Because it just like one did well. So they'll keep hiring you to open more and more and more.
Yeah, but do you have to do like a lot of like I wonder how often those guys have to show up to the store and like.
I think I think they have to be like the owners. I think are there like a lot. Because like my friend's dad, when I would go over, like his dad he had a Chick-fil-A in the mall, and he would have to go to work, and we would go to the mall with him. Like he had us work at Chick-fil-A, like completely illegal in child labor laws.
Yeah.
We were in the back. He'd like pay us like $10 and then just free Chick-fil-A. But I was like a fat kid, so I was like,
of course.
This is a great deal.
This is the deal. This is the deal.
This is. I hope I always get paid in Chick-fil-A.
Free Chick-fil-A and $10.
Yeah,
you just buy more Chick-fil-A.
I would turn the $10 into weed to go with my fucking
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I do that today.
I still can't believe weed isn't legal in Pennsylvania yet.
I mean,
every
it's pretty
fucking
close.
where else.
It's weird.
It's
Every state is surrounding PA legalized.
It's legal in Jersey, so it's basically legal in PA.
Yeah, but PA is so liberal, I thought, and I was just
dude,
like,
it's so
it
fucking.
is not.
The
Second you go
middle
the second
PA?
you go past KOP, you are in a different fucking
Pennsylvania.
place.
Welcome to Pennsylvania,
dude. When
well, dude, you drive around, do 3 laps around my neighborhood, count the Trump signs.
that's true. I did notice that. Like when my cousin lives out in like Exton area, and like during the election, I was home and I went to go visit him, and I was like, oh my God, where the fuck do these people come from?
Yeah, the PA's a swing.
crazy.
PA's a swing state, but I knew this election just by driving through PA. I was like,
They're going red.
Philly is not going to save.
No.
Well, depending on how you look at it, Philly's not going to make a difference.
Yeah.
With this fucking election, because I saw, dude, so many Trump signs, so many like Trump bumper stickers, like all that shit. I was
Dude,
like,
the Trump flags on the truck are my
Yeah.
favorite.
Well,
when they drive around with Trump flags, I'm like,
Oh
dude,
my God.
relax.
Fruitcake, dude.
Oh
That's
my
what
God.
I think,
Dude, that's like, yeah.
I'm waiting for gas to get cheaper. That's all I'm saying. I want gas to be cheaper.
Yeah, they haven't done
Dude, what are you
thing.
talking about, dude? I would fucking blow somebody for these gas prices. They're like, it's like under $3.
Oh,
it's
is
like,
it bad as fuck in LA?
dude? It is. If you don't pay in cash, it's like an 80-cent surcharge.
Wow.
And it's like over $5 a gallon. And you know,
In LA?
like, dude, when you came out, we have to drive everywhere.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, so it's like not. It's
that
every time
blows.
I'm home, I'm like, oh my God, like I spend money on gas, and I'm like, oh, this is the best deal in the world.
Yeah. Damn. All right. Maybe I'm just spoiled a little bit.
Yeah, it is like, but it is that thing. Like I remember as kids, like gas was so fucking cheap,
Yeah.
dude. It was fucking. It used to be like under $1. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Kids these days, man, they don't get it.
No, get it, dude. The kids these days. I saw an article on Instagram. Okay, it was a fucking picture, but it was like 85% of Gen Zs don't drink, or like they don't like drink like we do, like millennials. And I was like, that's so. It's like, what do you do?
Yeah. Well, now they've got their fucking like.
They vape.
Yeah, they got vapes, and now weed is becoming more like
That's like-
more. I feel like because weed is becoming less like shame on you,
Yeah.
like, and it's much easier to get. I feel like more people are choosing that route because like you can get a fucking vape pen and then like. But just like if you like it, then that's your thing. You don't have to drink as much. But like I feel like when I was in high school or whatever, it was like weed was like oh shit, you smoke weed, and it was like a very much thing. But like everybody drank.
Yeah,
You know, I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
I think weed used to be cooler back in the day, though.
Yeah,
like,
it
it was
was-
cooler when it was illegal, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
were like buying it from like your friends'
Everything
brothers'
is
friends.
better. Everything is better when you're a kid. Every single thing.
I don't even think it's about being a kid. I just think it was like cooler when it wasn't. Everybody wasn't doing it.
It
Like,
was.
you
yeah.
walk into a weed shop, like you go to a weed shop in California. The first time I went, they're like, "Hey, bro, what type of strain you looking for?" And I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Like I have no idea. I was like, dude, I was just buying.
I want
weed.
the one that makes you stop talking.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I was buying weed from a guy named Greg who grew it under his couch. Like, what?
Yeah.
That strain?
Yeah.
Which one's that?
Yeah. Do you have bottom couch?
Yeah, do we have Greg's house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like at my high school, everyone fucking smoked weed, so it was always like this big fucking thing. Because there was like 3 dudes who dealt it. I was one of them, and like
Nice.
everyone fucking did it. Like it was. So, and I graduated in 2016, so I started high school in 2012. So like literally, that whole time, like everyone, like there was like a ton of, and it was such a common thing. I guess by then it was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Gay already, but it was like everyone did it.
I just remember like
Drinking was more rare.
smoking weed
Weird.
used to, like with, at least among like my friend group and like people I knew, smoking weed used to be like an event. They'd be like, "Hey man, you want to come over? We're gonna smoke weed."
Yeah.
And now it's just like if you were like, "Hey, you want to come over? We're gonna smoke weed." You'd be like, "Huh?" Like I'm smoking weed on the way there.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like people like
I could do that by myself.
Right,
I
like
don't
people-
need to come.
like if you just pulled like if you pulled out like a fucking weed pen right now and hit it, like nobody would or anywhere and
Nobody would question it.
Nobody would be like, "Oh, okay." Like but like if you did that, if you just like fucking whatever, like 15 years ago, pulled out a joint and started smoking, people were like, "Is he smoking weed?"
Whoa,
What's
he's
he
so
doing?
cool, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was.
Yeah, it's normalized.
Yeah, it was like you used to feel cooler. Now it's just the norm.
Well, now cocaine's the new weed. I feel like.
Yeah.
Cocaine
is
is
cocaine
not
big out? Is
cool.
cocaine big out here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's big. It's big in California.
I'm so
don't do it.
so many people do cocaine that I didn't know do cocaine. It's just like a
I don't at this point. I don't think anybody does cocaine. I just think they they'll just do it. Like nobody's like actually do it. You know what I mean? Like no
I
one's
want to
like,
know who's buying it.
yeah, and they'll just be like, "Oh, you have cocaine? I'll do it." And I'm like, they probably don't do cocaine, but they're just like, "I'll do it." It's just like they're like, "When in Rome."
I think everyone is like, "I'll do it." I will be one of those people.
It's just like
I'm like, "I'll do it." I mean,
from like random guy.
I mean, if it's here and it's in front of me,
Yeah.
especially at a gay bar, I'm like, shit's clearly good. He's been doing it all night.
Yeah. I never done cocaine, and I never will, because it's like literally like I've talked about this before. It's like literally one of my wife's only rules. It's just like,
that's good.
do not do cocaine. And I'm like that. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Dude,
whatever. If that's your only thing.
One time, dude. So my mom said, I'm all about having a fun time, but I am like a big pussy at the end of it all, dude. One time I was in Nashville, and this dude I was with bought all this cocaine from a stripper, and it was the day we were leaving. My flight was like at 6 a.m. the next day, so I was just like, all right, I'm gonna stay and just drink and party, whatever. Like there was a couple people staying. I'm leaving at 6 a.m. And he's like, dude, we gotta finish the cocaine, whatever. Dude, so I did like a bunch of cocaine, and like I was so scared of dying. Like I like was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I did cocaine. I think I'm gonna die. I'm afraid to fall asleep.
Oh my God, you called your mom?
My mom's a nurse, and she's like, all right, Thomas, relax. You're fine. You're not gonna die.
You're fine, pussy.
Yeah, she's like, no, dude. I was like, I don't know what's more disappointed to her, the fact that I called her openly admitting I did narcotics, or the fact that I can't handle narcotics.
Was she mad about you?
Nah, she wasn't mad. She was just like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, I am very much peer pressure. You could peer pressure me into doing it.
Was
right
it the only
now.
time you've done cocaine?
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But it was the one time that I ever thought I was going to die from it.
Okay,
I walked in like one morning, like 6 a.m., like after being like out all night, like drinking. I had like 1,000 Coronas and like a bunch of lines, and I walked into my house, and my mom was like, she like took one look at me. She was leaving for work. She like looked at me and she was like, "You're loaded on coke." I was like, "Oh no, I have been spotted." Like this whole time.
How
I'm
did
thinking
you know?
I think I'm moving like Predator. Like just completely unseeable.
No
You
one
can't
knows.
See me.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You're loaded on coke," and I was like, "No." She was like, "I'll see you tomorrow."
Isn't that funny
Whose
though?
phone is that? Is it yours? Speaking of, you didn't take that?
Hello. Hello, what's going on? Okay. Good. I'm actually in the middle of recording the podcast. Can I call you back? Okay. All right.
Hey, I just wanted to call up, check on my boy.
Hey, how you doing, boy?
I heard something.
Hey, I heard you brought up the cocaine story.
Never calls me. You only a time he ever calls me, somebody fucking dropped dead. So that was interesting.
Dude, but wait, isn't it weird when you like, or that whole thing like where you're out all night, you walk in, like when you're living with your parents, you're out all night, you walk in and you're like, dude, I fucking hope no one's awake, and then everyone's awake.
It happens with my mom. I live with my mom.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll come. There's a couple times where I came home and I was pretty banged up, and it was like 4:30 in the morning, and she gets up at like 4 to go like watch my take my nephew to school, and she helps out my sister, and like I came in the door and she's like, how'd you get home? You didn't drive, did you? And I'm like, I got bad news. I 100% drove.
There may or may not be a car outside.
Yeah.
We'll have to
It's
see.
fucking tough.
Dude, I did that when I was bartending at Manoa. We would just stay and get loaded, and I would come home. My dad would get up for work at like 5:30, and I would walk in. He's like, "What the fuck? Are you just getting home?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What were you doing?" I was like, "Drinking." He's like, "Dude, it is 5:30 in the morning." I was like, "Dude, it's the pandemic, and I bartend. What do you think I'm gonna do?"
The problem is what I hate. What the problem with me is once I start having.
Here's what I hate.
No.
What do you hate, Robbie?
Not what I sound like. I sound a lot cooler. I actually sound a lot cooler.
really fucking cool.
No.
Suave.
Yeah.
What I hate more than anything.
Yeah.
Is fingers to my little butt.
I hate when the fun stops. That's like
you
when-
at a fire pit?
Yeah.
Rob at a fire pit's real sad.
Yeah.
Rob just whips out the guitar last minute. Guys, wait, we're not done yet.
Oh, me.
Fucking-
Rob
yeah.
does this move where he finishes his beer and then he starts like getting real cozy with yours. He's like,
What are
Are you
these?
drinking these?
White Claws? Can I try?
So you
Never had one.
open them up and you
Yeah, that's my move. I crush all my beers, and I'm like, can I try? What is this? Corona. Like the virus?
Extra.
At least you ask. I've seen
Extra, so some are for me.
Yeah.
Oh, you have extra. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you ask, dude. I've seen dudes like we all have like dumbass friends, dude. I have friends that have like I've watched legit just like see a beer abandoned on a table and be like, well, don't let it go to waste, and they'll just drink. So I'm like, ew, dude. I'm like,
Rob and I got close.
We got
once.
close to
Stop,
that.
dude.
We were leaving a brewery. This was it was not a good week for us, I don't think. I think we were both broke at the time.
it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
And we were leaving the brewery, and there were two like barely drank beers sitting on like a table outside of the
Not
brewery.
in cans, like
in
poured.
glasses.
Yeah. Oh,
and we
Full pilsners.
we both caught each other looking at the beers and then looking at each other, and then we both were like, "Man, I can't believe we just did that."
Dude.
We were like. We caught each other like looking at it.
We considered it real
Yeah,
hard.
we did.
and just know somebody did the same thing as you, but did it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
was
true
in-
because I used to be the guy that would be like, "I'll slam them both." Actually,
Dude,
Yeah.
because like, because like my dad leaves for work at like 2 a.m. So him and I are constantly crossing paths as he's
Yeah.
about to go do something productive, and I'm like coming back from like, I lost my wallet and glasses. Rob left me on the lawn.
I did.
It's okay. I told him to.
Did he find you that day?
No, I went in, and he was like, "Man,
Did you pass out on the lawn?
There was one time where
that's awesome.
So Jim, I took him home from Helium. We were both drinking pretty bad, but him way worse than me.
pretty bad."
I took him. So he puked all along the side of my car.
Nice.
He gets out. I drop him off. He's just full child's pose in the lawn. And I'm trying to be like I don't know if he's gonna like roll over and puke on his own or like choke on his vomit or whatever. So I'm like, hey buddy, why don't you let me help you get inside? And he's like, leave me. He was like, dude, I promise I'm good. Leave me. And then he started to snore, and I was like, he's all right. I just left him. I got a picture of him on my phone, just like face down, ass up, like on his front lawn.
Dude, I mean, I've done. I don't know if I've ever done front. I've slept outside, never at my parents' front lawn. In college,
Yeah.
I passed out outside a
Just
bunch.
left me on the lawn.
I've just passed out. I mean,
Spiraling.
dude, just
spiraling drunk.
pass out in good places.
I've woken up the worst pass out wake up I've ever had. I drank an entire bottle of whiskey to myself, and then I woke up in my kitchen, which is not where I was drinking, and like in my own puke, like literally, like I was just laying in my own puke. It was so gross. I tend to avoid liquor now because of that.
Dude, that's great. In college, I passed out on a park bench once.
Really?
Yeah, through the night.
Brutal.
Yeah, a park. That's a weird place to do.
Oh, I also fell asleep on the train home before. That was bad.
I've
That wasn't
done
really
that.
passing out. That was more like falling asleep.
Yeah, I mean look. I fall asleep on planes.
Woke up at my stop.
I've done that
with him.
I've done
Yeah.
that.
I was fucked up too. I
Were
was
you?
like, I was completely like slumped over.
We were like literally. Thank God I had the foresight. I set an alarm for the amount of time it would take to get to the stop. The alarm goes off, and then we're at the stop, and I wake up. I'm like, oh fuck, it was bad.
Dude, I had a buddy one time on Labor Day weekend. He got fucking hammered in Philly with us, and he had to catch a flight to Florida.
Oh no.
He blacked out in Philly and woke up in Florida and didn't know how he got there. He
That's
literally just
crazy.
woke up in Florida, like off the plane, and he was like, "Where the fuck am I?"
Yeah, blacking out is like scary.
Dude, it is.
I'm prone to them because I can drink a lot.
Yeah.
So I'll go from having a real good time
To the darkest
to being
days.
dead.
Darkest days of
And
your
it's
life.
like it's a one drink thing. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like
It is always the one fucking drink, because you feel like you can feel when you're getting fucked up.
Yeah,
And you're like, I'm good, and then that one drink, you're just like waking up the next day, Sunday scary, sweat.
I tend to have like an internal dialogue with myself now that I'm getting older, where it's like sober Rob will try to be like, hey man, do you really need that other drink? And I'm like, come having fun. I never fucking blah, and then turns into a blackout.
I know.
But
It is
now-
like that thing where like, but here's the thing, is like, they're like at a certain age, they're like, at a certain age, you got to stop blacking out.
I can't.
But then I bartended for years, and I saw like 70-year-old dudes black out. I'm like, wow, everybody's doing it.
I could do it for a while.
Yeah, I was like,
this guy's still doing it.
this guy's still doing it. He's got a wife,
He's all right.
grandkids.
Yeah.
He's got responsibilities. I have nothing. I can black out.
If anything, when you're older, that's fucking when it should be more appropriate because you're retired. It's like,
Yeah.
where do you have to be on Monday? You know?
Yeah. Do you guys you guys ever black out at the clubs out here, like the comedy clubs?
I've never blacked out at a venue. I don't think.
No,
it's always been
not there, but I've blacked out from drinking at them.
That's fair. No, dude, there's like, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. I don't know how you guys feel. This is going to be very nerdy, but like, it's where we work. So like, I'm cool like the Christmas parties that they have at the clubs. Like, I'll go, I'll drink, I'll have a good time. But like, dude, there's like people that just get hammered on like a Monday. Like, just fucking absolutely annihilated. That aren't like even passed at the clubs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like everyone's watching you. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, we got a couple people who are some real stool jockeys. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the clubs.
Now, if I'm hosting like the open mic at the club, I'll get pretty hammered.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. See, but you already got your foot in.
But I also get hammered on weekdays too. So
Yeah.
I like to.
I'm a fucking problem, actually. It's actually hard.
Jim, it sounds like you're a good time, not a problem.
Yeah,
you actually sound like a pretty fun time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm such a good time that I fucking
a
can't
problem.
stop. I can't. So it is a problem.
It's a problem how much fun I am.
Yeah.
People just want to have fun with me.
Yeah. Exactly. Now I'm just hammered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like it's also not good for us when we're both on the same page when it comes to like drinking and stuff, Jim. Mm-hmm. When I'm like, if you're drinking, I'm drinking, and then we both tornado.
The fucking the rabbit hole.
Yeah, because then Rob starts getting weird about God.
No, I did that once ever.
So have you ever heard of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
And that was the last time we drank. that was it.
Well, Rob went full.
He's been sober since.
Rob went full Mormon.
Sober since.
Well, I go back and forth where it's like I take a break with booze every once in a while.
Yeah.
And I think when I take a break, like Jim kind of doesn't drink as much because he'll be like, well, if you're not drinking, then fucking I'm not going to drink.
Being the only drunk person in a room of three people,
fun.
I'm like...
But that's why we're not good for each other when we're both drinking, because then it just never stops. Dude, we're not like, It's
just like, I don't know. I'm not, dude, like, I don't like drink. Like, I'll never come home and just like crack a beer.
Oh.
Like, I don't do that.
Oh, I do. See, my thing is,
I can't.
I'll drink regardless of who's drinking. Like, there's some times where I'll be drinking and Jim's not drinking.
Yeah,
and
it drives you nuts.
Yeah,
and you're mean.
I've stopped doing that since. I did that once, and I've stopped doing it since because I know it's like because now I know what it's like to be on the other foot.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Because now it's like I won't drink, and then you'll be like, and then you'll be mean, and I'm like, we got to stop doing this to each other. Mm-hmm. But if Jim's not drinking, if now I've gotten better at it. If Jim's not drinking, I'll just accept it, and I'll get hammered.
I'm all about like I think it's just so like dude
I'm such a weed guy.
Are you? See, I'm not, and it's not even like I'm a weed guy. I'm just like I'm so social about drinking. Like I just like drinking and getting fucked up with my friends. But like I like going to like I like going to bars, but like going to events and shit. Like dude, I was in Mexico. We went to a fucking luchador fight, like Mexican wrestling.
That's awesome,
dude. It was probably one of the most fun times I ever had fucking drunk. Like we were in Guadalajara, just the fucking dirt of Mexico. Like it was like fucking crazy. It was like I felt like I was in a movie.
Yeah.
And we were in an arena and it was all fucking I didn't understand a word they were saying.
It was in a fucking movie.
I don't understand a word they were saying. Everything was in Mexican. I'm fucking annihilated. And all I see is former WWE wrestlers I recognized. Mm-hmm. And we were like pretty close up. So I'm just fucking yelling at them, calling them fucking bitches and shit. Like, dude, it was like Sin Cara, who was like a fucking luchador, wore a mask. Fucking TJ Perkins was there. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, you guys really fell off the face of the earth. And the whole time there's like a cage. It was ironic that behind us there was a cage which had a bunch of Mexican people sat behind a cage. And I was like, this is kind of ironic. The Americans would love this type of wrestling. Yeah. And dude, and they're fucking yelling at me, cursing at me in Spanish. I had my friend's brother-in-law have to translate everything to me, but I was just getting annihilated. Beers were like $3 for a fucking tall boy.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Dude, fucking pounding them, yelling at them. Oh my God. But like that's a fun event where I'm like, I would love, like that's where I'm like, this is fun to black out at. But like I couldn't just sit at home and be like, hey, come over and let's have a couple beers. I'd be like, dude, I am not a 45-year-old man. I can't I'm not drinking IPAs. I'm not doing any of that dumb gay shit with you.
See me, I'll like stop at a store on the way home, get like a 12-pack of Coors Light and sit right where you're sitting and just fucking
Dude,
play video games.
Good for you. I can't do that.
I love doing it.
I can't do that.
I literally cannot pull myself to do that.
I have a 4-pack of beer at my house, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I got home last night, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, 4-pack of beer. And then I was like, I'm alone.
Exactly.
It's no fun.
Exactly, dude.
Who's going to be like, wow, you drank that really fast? I can't narrate it myself. That's sad.
Wow, I drank this really fast. Thanks, me.
Who wants to shotgun a beer with me?
I will, me.
Dude, it's like, it is funny. It's just like, I don't know, like there is a thing like drinking with your boys at home. It's like that scene in like Superbad where they're shotgunning beers and just ball tapping each other. I'm like, that's what it would be.
That's
and
what
that's what I want. So if I'm by myself, I can't
want
do
that.
Yeah, I want to shotgun a beer with you and ball tap you at the same time.
I want to ball tap my friends. Is that fucking literally too much to ask?
We need to bring back ball tapping. Men are too sensitive these days.
Bro, we got in trouble in grade school about it. They sat down our entire grade because we would do that. We would fucking ball tap each other. They're like, you're going to give, they literally were like, you're going to give every single one of each other testicular cancer. We're like 13.
Yeah.
We're like, what are you talking about? They're like, hitting each other in the balls is a leading cause of getting cancer. And I was
like, that's stupid.
Not true. Yeah. We're like, all right. Dude, ball tapping's funny as shit.
It is, yeah. It's hilarious. Punching somebody in the nuts is the funniest thing. Getting punched in the nuts is the worst thing. Being on both ends of the spectrum is not good.
I've gotten hit in the nuts in every sport I've ever played. Little League baseball, I got a fucking right to the nuts.
Oh no.
Lacrosse in college.
Lacrosse is tough.
Fucking one dude, because I was a goalie too. My roommate, it was during practice, my roommate is this little guy, but he shot like 100 miles per hour. Fucking just cranked one. I think I was like fucked up at practice or something. So I completely missed it, and it just fucking hit me right on the cup. Swear to God, I thought my ball exploded. I ran 30 yards. I was doing like somersaults. I'm like, my ball exploded. Dude, I'd have the female trainer on the field look at my nuts, and she's like, he's fine.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, dude, what a bitch.
I feel like, at what age does ball tapping, you're just an asshole? I feel like unless...
Your high school reunion. Like,
yeah.
dude, you got your high school reunion and fucking Derek's there, and he's like, yo, Rob, what's up, fucking pussy? That guy's an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
It's your intent. I think your intent with ball tapping and are you cool with them?
Yeah.
You can't not be a teenager. You have to be a teenager.
I can't. I'm trying to think of any of my friends who, if I ball tapped them, they wouldn't be pissed off at me. I think I don't.
Everybody would.
Yeah.
If you ball tapped me, I'd say you were a rapist.
It is sexual assault.
LGBT community comedian absolutely raped.
I go to ball tap you, my fist gets lost in your vagina.
Yeah, my pussy.
Wait a minute.
My pussy.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You know my secret. I go, stinks. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, ball tapping, yeah, I think you grow out of that. One thing I don't think you grow out of is, I think farts are funny.
Farts will always be funny.
Farts will always be funny. Dude, we were, during Christmas, my brother lives in Korea, so we had our whole family home for Christmas, and my mom brought down like a fucking Tupperware of like all our old school stuff from grade school, and she starts pulling out like journal entries and like journal books, whatever, and we have my little sister's like 7 years younger than me, and it was like her Christmas list to Santa. She's like, this year I really would like for my brothers to stop holding me down and farting on me.
Holding down and farting is...
Dude, and my brother and I were like, that's funny. Like, that's a hilarious statement. Like, that's what, but farts are always going to be funny. I don't think I could date a girl if I couldn't fart in front of her and her laugh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my wife.
What about her farting?
Dude, if she farts, I'll crack up.
Really?
Dude, I think farts are funny completely.
I think women should not fart. I think it should be against the law. Women should not be allowed to fart or poop. They should have to. They should have to hold
backed up all the time.
They should have to hold it in. They should have to burn it internally.
A woman farting is one of the more disrespectful things she could ever do.
Yeah,
dude. But yeah, do you remember?
Rob and I are Muslim.
Yeah, you guys are like, yeah, they shouldn't have any rights either. You know, just
no farting or leaving the house.
Do you remember?
I hate when they vote and drive. And think.
Yeah, when do we start letting them do that, dude? Remember the good old days?
I love Dutch. Getting my wife with a Dutch oven though.
The fuck's that?
You ever do a Dutch oven?
Dutch oven, you trap them.
You're laying in bed and you fart in the blankets and you like pull back.
Oh, that's funny.
And I just hold her there. I go shh. She's like, oh my god, shh. It's gonna be over soon. Shh.
Enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
No, that's funny though. I would do that. Wait, fuck. I was gonna say
movie trailer. You do movie trailer narration to it. You're like, in a world, fucking stoned,
where you only breathe my farts. A stinky place instead of a quiet place.
Right. Yeah, I got that, Rob.
Okay, just making sure you got the reference.
Yeah. A stinky place.
A stinky place.
Like a quiet place where it smells.
but it smells like poop.
Well,
It's actually just a mosque.
Oh my god.
It's a movie about a mosque. Stinky place.
well, we named the episode.
You're going to different restaurants, just foreign restaurants, no American restaurants.
Yeah.
A stinky place. And it's Anthony.
stinky place.
A stinky place. Anthony Bourdain in the wild.
Yeah. A stinky
A
place.
stinky place. You mean India?
Yeah. Wait, come on.
Oh, come on. Tell Tommy your joke.
Oh yeah, let me hear it.
My
Tell Tommy your
hear
joke.
It's my number one joke.
The opener.
It's everybody's favorite. No, it's it's that
Come on, say it.
Oh, fine. So India finally landed their first spaceship on the moon. And great. So now the moon stinks. So
That would actually.
Jim's done that joke how many times on stage? And
How many times it crushes every time?
yeah, never.
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 how many
it stinks.
have you only done it once?
I did it twice, and both times people went,
No. Nope.
that's the line.
Nope.
Oh, with the same thing with your Uber driver. Hey, dog, who's a doctor?
A dog who is a doctor. That's crazy.
Jim did it. Yeah.
I told my African Uber driver was like insistent that I played music, and I said, "Put on Dr. Dog," and he goes, "A dog who is a doctor." Can you believe it?
He did that on stage, and they were like,
Okay.
because he was crushing the entire set, and then he did that, and they still were into it because they were like,
Actually,
it was like
Well, wait a minute.
wait a minute.
like I heard them laughing, but like,
Is he gonna go back to jokes?
what's he gonna do? I like the earlier stuff better. It's always funny when you crush with stuff you know works. You're like, let me try something new.
Yeah, let me try and do, dude.
And then they go,
They go, huh?
Dude, I did that. I was hosting.
I did a Mexican accent after I did that joke, and they were double like.
They were like, "What the fuck?
Well,
Yo,
you
this
were
guy-
Yo, what the fuck?"
in Portland, Oregon. They were offended. Believe it or not.
Oh no way, Portland, Oregon.
Well, actually, no. Most of the crowds were awesome out there. It really
It
wasn't
was
that
actually
bad.
all of the shows were still awesome.
They
I just had
fucking
two
ripped.
jokes.
Are they
that fell
pretty?
flat.
I haven't done Portland yet. Are they pretty fucking like tight butthole
Well,
and
no.
shit?
No, not at all. But we also did Casey's crowd, which is all Kill Tony. So
Yeah, I mean that's like doing shit with that's like laser and shit. Like San Diego is fun, and
Right.
when we did Philly, yeah, they don't give a fuck.
But I did.
Sometimes.
I walked a lady with probably one of my least offensive jokes I had.
So funny.
Oh,
I walked a lady. I did a joke about. So I have a joke where it's like, you know, my sobriety coin joke.
yeah,
Yeah, so
oh
I-
yeah. Would you
I pull out
Did
the
you
coin.
do- you did
I
that
did it at
at
the
the
fucking store. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you I love that one. It's funny as fuck.
Yeah, and so this lady, I walked a lady with that because she walked out. She was like, "I'm sorry when you put out the sobriety coin joke and he made fun of that. I'm in recovery and like I'm literally shaking." Like she was like trying to make the night about her. So she went outside and was like bitching at like the bartender and stuff in like the
Yeah.
lobby. And everybody was like, "What the fuck are you like? Huh? You're mad about a sobriety coin joke?"
Yeah,
Like I literally like I have a joke about like fucking my wife's mouth and like all this other shit. And
well,
she-
TikTokers have a joke.
I
about
knew
fucking their
somebody
wives'
died.
mouths.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get
By the
into
way,
that.
my dad called me. I knew somebody died.
Is that what happened? Did he just text you?
Yeah. So his ex-mother-in-law died.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
That's so funny. I knew someone was dead.
That
He
is
literally
crazy.
called me on the phone.
That is crazy.
He
You
called me on the
that.
phone. I knew someone was dead.
Oh my god.
Dude,
There's
so-
no other
That's
reason for him
never
to
good.
pick up the phone.
That's crazy. So, dude, so she made it all about her, and then
Yeah.
this was in Portland with Casey's
This is in
crowd?
Portland, yeah. Yeah,
oh my
she was
god!
there.
Yeah,
she
I
was there
talked to her at the
see-
bar.
You had to talk, dude. Fuck.
She told me about what he said that
Yeah,
walked her.
and she was.
I
Was
went
she
up to the
fucking
bar.
sobbing? Was she like crying?
She had been like
fuck
she,
her.
goes, she was like I'm shaking, like she was doing the whole like I'm shaking.
Let me
I
guess.
wish you
let
would've
me
said-
let me guess. She was white.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Of course. The
I-
I'm shaking gave it
If
away.
she would have said that to me, I would have been like, "Well, you should have a drink."
Yeah, well, that's what he
dude.
said.
Well, I never told you this. Like, God, dude. Like when the first time we met, when we did the show with Michael.
Oh, yeah.
At Sea Winery. I never told you this. So after the show, we went to a bar around the corner, and we're sitting there, and there's people from the show that were there. Like, it was a group of ladies that were like sitting in the front row, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there like Michael, Anthony, like my buddies, whatever. And this lady comes up to me, and she goes, hey, we were at the show, and I just want to let you know that you talk about a lot of sensitive topics. And I go, okay. And she's like, and just so you know, my friend in the front row, her husband killed himself 5 years ago, and your suicide joke, you know. And I was just like, I literally was like,
kill yourself.
Seething. Yeah, I literally was like seething. I was like, yeah, with friends like you, I probably would have killed myself too. It was like, bro, it was just like, it's like crazy how they do that. And I'm like, did you listen to the joke? I go, I literally open it up and say how I tried to kill myself. And I think it's crazy that we want to change the word suicide. It has nothing to do with killing yourself.
Yeah.
It's changing the word suicide. But I'm just always amazed where people will like go to shows and be like, I have a problem with that. Where it's like
you say
don't,
the word and they just hear like
they hear that. They don't hear the joke where it's literally opening up about me being like, I was depressed. I tried killing myself.
Yeah.
And then
you're like, well, I was also depressed and tried killing myself. So blah.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Me. This is your fault. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah. People just, they like to make shit about themselves.
Yeah. So when you did when you do the fucking Dr. Dog joke, are they like,
I only did it once.
Hey, dog, who's a doctor?
I only did it one time.
Are they mad about dogs not being able to be doctors or that he was an African driver?
It's me doing an
the African
accent
voice,
with
yeah.
no hesitation.
You do an African, bro. Oh.
Hey, dog, who's a doctor?
Hey, dog, who's a doctor? No, dude. Oh, fuck.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
dog, I have to listen.
Bro,
yeah.
That's,
I need to hear this.
I watched him break it out for the first time in front of 240 people.
and it just bombed.
No, it didn't bomb. It just didn't do as well as the rest of his set.
They understood it was a funny thing that happened.
They just didn't want to laugh at it.
The accent.
Hey, dog, who's a doctor?
The accent's weird. I don't know if I did it when I saw you, but I do this joke about there's a documentary about Abe Lincoln being gay now. Have you guys heard about this?
Yes, I have.
Lover of Men, whatever. So I do a joke where I'm like, yeah, the whole time I'm watching this documentary, I'm like, damn, like, you know, did somebody find out and like confront Abe and be like, hey man, we heard you're gay, and he was like, oh, I got to get out of this, and he's like, oh, guys, black people are free. Let's talk about that instead. When I was writing this, I was writing with Chappelle Lacey and I were working on it, and he's like, do it so that the slaves find out he's gay, and that's why he frees them. So the first time I go to do it at an open mic, I'm like, yeah, the whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, damn, like his slaves find out, and they were like, Master, we hold you gay now. And everyone's like, dude, you cannot find it. I was like, no, it's like an Adam Sandler impression. They're like, dude, just saying the word master like that, you cannot fucking do that.
Yeah, I like that angle. I don't think I've heard you do it from that angle.
Yeah, so
him being like, hey, we heard you're gay, and he's like, fuck, get out of here.
Yeah, so I haven't done. So when I did it like that, I completely fucking changed. I go, oh, I can't do this again. But then I did it. So then, ironically, I did it with Chappelle Lacey, and I changed instead of saying I heard black people are free, or hey, black people are free, let's talk about that. I said, hey guys, slavery's over. One word, pin drop.
Yeah,
silence.
Slavery, yeah.
Pure silence. For Chappelle's crowd, sold out room in Ontario Improv, sold out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh fuck. I was like, I've never said slavery before on stage. And I was like, dude, and it's all because there was a black guy in the front row, and I panicked more of being like, I shouldn't say black guy, I should say slavery.
Yeah.
That's probably more politically correct, and apparently it's not. This is why I don't try to be politically correct, because I will always fuck it up.
Well, you're like one comb and like a shorter mustache away from really not being able to say that.
I know. It's bad. And my Delco accent doesn't help. They're like, this fucking racist.
Yeah, so fucking slaves, am I right?
Yeah.
Always fucking.
Yeah, so you guys are free, I guess.
Yeah, you know, I'm Irish. We were slaves too. You know, it's fucking same thing. We're paid 2 peas in a pod.
You guys
potato famine and whatnot.
Yeah.
And shit.
Yeah, you guys had the potato famine too. You know?
Yeah,
fucking. It is interesting though when you're like, you just go up there with all the confidence because you're like crushing. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna do this new bit and it's gonna fucking rock the house, and everyone's like, boo.
That's part of it. It's part of the growth.
It is, dude. I love
those. I love when that happens. Because you know what? Fuck me. You know what? I thought I was hot shit.
Yeah, dude. I do. I will say that it's very humbling, and that's what I was saying earlier about like doing a Philly open mic compared to an LA one. Is like, I did get off stage and was like, went outside and like slammed a beer and was like, fuck this. And I was like, oh, it actually feels good to not have people be like, great job, like it's you'll figure it out, like keep going. I'm like,
I'd be like,
yeah, dude. I
keep at it.
I was bombing so bad. I did a bit about how I think it's funny that we do lockdown drills in school with all the students because all we're doing is training the one kid how to kill us all.
Yeah.
They hated that more than anything.
Yeah.
I just doubled down and was like, fuck it. Let's see how this goes. And they were not on board.
Yeah, that's school shooting bits. They're hard to get away with. I've been doing one. It works. I want to say.
Oh wait. Oh dude, you did it in L.A. You did it in L.A.
What did I say? What if school shooters are time travelers?
Yeah, school shooters are time travelers. I told you, I was like, that's funny as fuck.
Yeah. I found a way. I found a way to kind of get it to work more now, where it's like I kind of pin somebody in a corner. I'm like if you go back in time, would you kill Hitler? They're like, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, even if he was a baby, I'm like, but if he was a kid, like right, if he was just in math class, you'd kill him, and they'd be like, well, yeah, no problem. I'd be like, and I just go, what I'm getting at is, what if school shooters are time travelers? And that kind of gets everybody, and I go, maybe in the future there's like a lot of Hitlers, and then one day a brave hero emerges, and it's tough, but it works sometimes.
But
it's a fun joke. It's one of my.
But that's what's fun about it. I like, dude. It's fun being able to get away with fucking shit like that.
I did it twice in Rochester. I know I did it all weekend in Rochester. It worked all weekend besides one show where it was just dead, like complete silence. Not even like just like complete, like it's like I sucked the air out of the room, like complete silence. And like I was like, okay, well, anyway, you're Casey Rocket. It was literally I closed
5
on
minutes
it.
in. 5 minutes. You got 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. How have those shows been? Because it's weird, dude. Like we both, like you guys are always on the road with Casey, and like we're in like the same universe, but not. Mm-hmm. Like
you're with Uncle Laser.
Yeah. How are the shows with Casey?
They're the best.
Because I feel like the audiences are probably pretty similar.
They're amazing. Well, they're so excited to see him, and they're just so happy. It's like the energy is just, it's awesome, and they want to laugh so bad. All you have to do is give them any reason. Yeah, it's the exact opposite of like when you do a fucking like pop-up show at some random restaurant, and they don't even know stand-up's happening, and you have to like win them over. Like they're there to like laugh. They already know what to expect. You just have to feed them. Their mouths are open. You know?
Is it just, and it's just the three of you guys, right?
Or
is he like, or does he do like if you're like an in-town person?
He's really good about like, he'll fly people out to like a guest spot.
Oh, that's cool.
He'll be like, yeah, my buddy from fucking Boise, Idaho's coming, like you know, dope. Or he'll have he's recently, like when we go to a different city, he'll have somebody local host, and then me and Jim will split the feacher spot because otherwise,
15?
Yeah,
dude,
well, it's like
great,
like 12, nice. But. Otherwise, Jim will host and I'll feature, but I think it works out better when a fucking when we split the feature. And
yeah, I mean it's more fun. Like, dude, I mean like hosting's fine. You know, we all get it.
I'll do it. It's just
you prefer. I think everybody prefers not to.
Jim's also just an amazing host. Like pretty much when the host gets off stage, when the host gets off stage, Jim goes up and just hosts better. That's how it was.
He's like, let me show you guys how it's really supposed to be done.
Like,
how'd you guys meet? Did you guys just meet Casey like out here? What?
I was friends with him on social media like before he exploded, and I was like, hey man, I was like, I'd love to follow, I'd love to work with you if you ever come to Philly. And he was like, actually, yeah, I'm gonna be at Helium, like blah blah blah. Do you know a good host? And I was like, do I? And then he just kept bringing us more and more dates.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
He's a good hang, good friend. We love him.
Love him.
Yeah, no, I'm sure eventually I'll run into him. I mean, it's probably inevitable.
Oh yeah, he's the best.
Yeah. He's like
truly a good friend.
So funny.
Very funny comic.
Yeah.
Just overall.
Yeah, dude. No, we've never like. I've ran into him in passing when he's been in LA, and I was just kind of like, hey man, like yo, very funny stuff. Like enjoy it. Like, I enjoy like what you're doing, but it was never like hey, what's up? I'm Tommy. It was kind of very much in passing because like when he's in town, I know he's fucking all over.
Yeah, he's
there right now.
Yeah, I just
doing the Hollywood Improv.
I just saw he's headlining tonight.
Yeah, and Friday I think. Good for him.
Yeah. So I mean, so I've never like officially like but eventually I'm like, I'll run into him and be like, hey, what's up?
Just tell him you're buddies with Rob and Jim.
Yeah, no, of course, dude. My Delco boys,
my Delconians,
my fellow Delconians. I hear you're friends with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we are going to get ready to take it over the Patreon here soon. You cool to hang out for another hour?
Oh yeah, I'm chilling.
Okay, sweet. We want to thank our top tier Patreon supporters: Simon, Tits McGee, Miles Schultz, Angel Herbert, Tim Sislo, and Mike Falls. Thank you guys so much. Tommy, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me at Tommy Mitchell on all socials with 2 Y's. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I think that's it. Yeah,
cool.
Threads, whatever. I don't know if anybody uses Threads. I've been threading a lot.
Threads is fucking retarded.
I've been
I have
threading.
not used it, but I keep getting notifications. X and so and so followed you on Threads. I was like, how am I getting followers?
Yeah.
I'm not on
I've been threading a lot, and one of my buddies was like, "Are you monetized on Threads?" I'm like, "What? No." And he's like, "Well, I just see you're threading a lot." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing." I was like, "I'm just doing it. Nobody likes it."
Anything,
you monetized?
anything you want to say, Jim?
Yeah, come see us live. I'm keep updating my link tree constantly. Fucking come check us all out. We're all doing shit.
Yeah.
April 12th, Fat Lady Brewing. It's gonna be a really special. Fucking
Philadelphia, please come. And all right, we'll see you guys over on the Patreon. We love you. Stink it forward, and see you over there.
Show. Yeah.